Welcome to Math Beyond Borders. Mathematics Simplified. Hello geniuses. In today's video, let's talk about profit and loss. Now, profit and loss as a concept comes under percent. So some of you will also have a compounded problem with finding the percent of profit and loss. So first let's understand what is profit and loss, right? And then we will also look at how to calculate those percentages, and based on that we will find out. Okay, all right. So what is profit and loss? Where will you see it? So anywhere you go, or whenever you go to a store and buy something, you always find some price, right? There is a price attached to all the products that you want to buy, right? Now, and of course, these products have been made using certain parts. So for example, let's say you go and you want to buy a pencil. A pencil is made of some wood and some lead in it, and there is a paint over it. So there is some cost involved in it, right? You pay a price, but before that, there is also a cost involved in it, right? Cost to produce the pencil, right? So the difference between these two will make profit or loss, right? If the price is more than the cost, it's a profit. If the price is less than the cost, it is a loss. Do you understand what I mean? Let me say this once again, okay, just to make it more clear. So let's say I bought a pack of pencils, cool, and now I bought a pack of pencils for $10, and now if I have to sell it to someone else, shall I sell it for more price or less price? If I sell it for more price, I will make some extra money, right? So let's say let's write it. Yeah, I think that'll be better. Hold on. So let's remove this, right? And now let's write this problem. So I bought a pack of pencils for $10, okay? Now if I sell this pack of pencils, if I sell it for, let's say, $20, what happened? Did I make a profit or did I make a loss? Now, if you don't know already, let me say it out. For those who don't know, I made a profit, right? Because if you remember, if the price of selling, which was the price, is more than the cost of buying, it's a profit, right? Now I bought it, my cost of buying it was $10, but my price of selling it is $20. So my profit equals selling price minus purchasing price or cost. It can be written both. You can write purchasing price, or you can also write selling price minus cost, right? But same thing said in a different way. So which in this case will be equal to $20 minus $10 equals $10 will be my profit. Okay, cool, right? Now there would be some cases where it happens the other way. Let's say I bought a pack of pencils, and now no one is ready to buy the pack of pencils from me. I bought it for $10 and it's just sitting in my in my drawer. No one is ready to buy it. Now finally I want to get rid of it. I just want to give it to someone, and my friend came and he said, hey, I can take this pack of pencils for $5, right? So now I'm going to sell it for how much? I just said $5, right? So now is it a profit or a loss? Now it's a loss. Why is it a loss? Because selling price or the price is less than the cost or the purchasing price. So it is a loss, right? And how much is the loss? So to find loss, you can use the same formula, selling price minus purchasing price. If the answer is in minus, it's a loss. So selling price was 10, selling price was 5 and purchasing price was 10. So there is a loss. So the final answer is -5, which represents a loss, minus 5. I had a loss of $5. I don't have to write minus in, like, if they ask how much is the loss, I don't have to write minus 5 is the loss, but just for the sake of calculation, I show you a minus there. Is it slightly clear? I hope so. Right, so now let's also solve a couple of questions, because that will help us to, you know, find these things in a better way. Okay, so here's the deal. So that's our question. So if a shopkeeper bought a set of pencils for $20 but then sold it for $25, did he make a profit or did he incur a loss? Right, so now let's just, even before we write it, just imagine you bought something for $20 and then you gave it to your friend for $25. Did you make a profit or did you make a loss? You made a profit, right? Profit is positive. P profit, P positive. So you made a profit because you earned €5 by just buying and selling it to your friend, right? So in the same way, shopkeeper's purchasing price was $20. Shopkeeper's selling price was $25. So profit or loss should be equal to SP minus PP, which will be 25 minus 20 equals positive 5, which means my profit was $5. Okay, that's one part of it. Now if you see, the last part of the question is what percent. So we have to change it to percent. We will look at it, but till now, I hope it is clear. Yeah, and when we have to calculate percent, always remember we do it on the original price. And what does original price mean? The starting point. The starting point was what? The starting point was purchasing price. So it will be $5 over $20 times 100. That's the percent, which will be equal to how much? It will be 25%, right? So the shopkeeper made a profit of 25%. Okay. Okay, so now let's have a look at another example, similar example, but in the last example we discussed profit. Let's see what's here, right? Calculate the profit or loss percent if Amy bought a pair of shoes, it should be for $200 and sold it for $180. Now, as I said, even before we start writing, imagine this: you go to a store, you buy a shoe for $200, you come back home and you have to give it to someone for $180. What do you think happened? Did you make a profit? Is it positive income that you have? No, you spent $200, you got $180 in return, which means there was a loss of $20, right? Now let's go and prove it out. So what was my purchase price? Was $200, right? What was my selling price? It was $180. And if you have been following along, profit slash loss equals SP minus PP, right? And let's write it. And let me also write it here just for you, and I will take it off. But just remember, if SP minus PP is positive, it's profit, right? And if SP minus PP is negative, it's loss. Cool. So with that in mind, let's find out. SP was $180. Let's remove dollar for now, we don't need it. And PP was $200. So my final result was minus $20. Now, as per these rules, SP minus PP is negative, so it's a loss. So there was a loss of $20. Okay, and now what is the percent? Because we have to find the percent at the end. Don't forget, if the question is asking you to convert it to percent, you will not get full score if you don't do that. Okay, so now let's convert it to percent. Now what was the formula that I gave you? It's a standard formula. Please take a note of it. P over L. P, profit or loss, always over the original starting point, always, times 100. It's a standard formula. You can always use it, right? If there's discount going on or something, always original. What was the original price? Now, my loss was 20. So in this case, I don't need to use this minus. As I told you, to calculate percent, I don't need to do that. 20 over the original price was 200 times 100, right? It should come down to 10%. So so in this transaction, Amy lost 10% of her money. She made a loss of 10%. Easy, right?
Thank you for learning with us. Please share the video with those who you think may need it. Also, if you want to request a topic, put that in the comments section. So until the next video, keep learning, keep questioning. Bye.